Hi, I'm Levi Green, and today for Bible Beaters Motor Club we are converting an old air cleaner for 64 Chevy truck that we're doing from a 2-barrel carburetor opening to a 4-barrel carburetor opening. So what we've done is we took an old Chrysler Mopar part and cut it up for the sacrificial part for the Chevy part. So I've cut the center out of the Mopar one and we're going to weld it into the Chevy one. Alright, what do you got there, Mike? You're rolling.
Offenhauser intake for the new Club 64 Chevrolet.
Sweet.
Old vintage intake. Got to do a little repair, but otherwise it's done good for its age.
Well, we appreciate the donation.
No problem.
Alright, so like I said, we cut up a Mopar air cleaner just for this piece that fits the 4-barrel carburetor. We're going to tip this flange just a little bit. I cut it to a certain size that will fit within the Chevrolet one without affecting the way the air cleaner fits. And we'll end up getting a new air cleaner. It's a lot of times if you have an old air cleaner element, keep it so you can take it to the parts store and make sure that it's the right one. But this one fits real nice inside this groove, and we don't want to change that. We don't want to be searching for an air cleaner that's kind of close but doesn't really work. So we want to get the right one. So we're going to avoid affecting that area, and so I've made this circle out of the Mopar just big enough to fit inside this recess here. What we've got here is the center part of the air cleaner for the 64 Chevy that we've taken out of a Chrysler, and we're going to put it into the Chevy air cleaner. Now I need to tip this little flange here, so what we've got here is a Laze bead roller, courtesy of Customs and Hot Rods of Andis, Texas, and a couple of homemade dies here. Well, actually the upper one is a Laze modified tipping wheel, and the lower is a handmade one that we made here out of Delron. Put it in the machine. I got a scribe line that I'm going to be following, and you just put a little bit of pressure, and then I've got the machine set that it goes so that it goes real slow, and then I'm just pulling up just a little bit. I'm tipping it up. That's why they call it a tipping wheel. If you go too fast, you can mess up real easy. Alright, so let's see how our new tipped flange piece fits. We want it to fit right in that groove right there. Look at that. Just a little bit of tweaking and it'll sit right down in there. I'll end up cutting out this center section of the old Chevrolet, leaving this little step, and then this one will overlap and just probably put a few tack welds on it. That's all it really needs, because when you, whoops, I've got it upside down. But because when you put it on the carburetor, you've got the wing nut to hold it down anyway, so we should be good there. So let's continue cutting. We got our centerpiece out of the Chrysler intake clamped to the Chevrolet intake, and we're going to put a few tack welds around this seam here. There's really no need that it has to be a Chrysler intake. I just used it because that's a standard bore shape for a 4-barrel carburetor. So you could probably use any one to cut up or make your own. Here's the center section welded to the outer section. We'll put a little seam sealer on the inside just to keep it leak-proof. Epoxy primer was applied to the air cleaner, followed by black base coat and satin clear coat finish. And you can see that we added some holes around the perimeter of the air cleaner to increase flow.